From the beginning, says Ernst Casimir, from his book, The Question of Jean-Jacques Rousseau. Jean-Jacques Rousseau maintained the primacy of the ethical will over both passion and empirical knowledge. Virtue, sublime science of simple souls, he cried in the first discourse. To learn your laws, is it not enough to return to ourselves and to listen to the voice of conscience in the silence of passions? The truth must be apprehended by each person for himself, but it is denied to no one because it belongs to man's essence. All that we need in order to discover what is right is to remove hindrances that stand in our way. That was the thesis of Emile, his work on education. It was also the foundation of his political thought. In the Confessions, he says that he was not long in discovering that human existence is a political achievement. Past states have grown up as battlegrounds for men's ambition and self-love, with the results that states have been oppressive. But man can control his destiny and transform a curse into a blessing. The great question seemed to reduce itself to this: which is the form of government fitted to shape the most virtuous, the most enlightened, the wisest, and in short, the best people? The encyclopedist Casimir Ernst, good old Ernst, pointed out, we're also interested in political reform, but where they were looking for ways to increase men's happiness, Rousseau was looking for ways to make men good. In the state that he envisioned, legislation giving voice to the general will would not merely focus the wills of people, but would form them, enabling men to raise themselves above the life of appetite and desire. According to Rousseau, law, when it is the expression of moral reason, does not diminish spiritual freedom. Rousseau hated servility as much as the next person. He could endure natural evils. Indeed, he saw it as part of man's greatness that he can learn to absorb the shocks of nature. What he could not endure was having to submit to the arbitrary wills of other men. Law, as the expression of ethical will, is not arbitrary. However, one need not even think of himself as having to obey the law if the law is one that has been arrived at in a way that expresses the ethical will.